Good evening, everyone. How are you? Hope you're all fine today. I'm here today with Priscilla, my countrymate. She's also a student who is going to introduce herself to you, and we're actually going to do this. We're taking it actually home today. We're taking it to South Sudan, and we're going to discuss about girl child, early marriage, and possible things that we could suggest that our fellow ladies in South Sudan could possibly do and act upon for a better future. So I will allow her to introduce herself and then we shall dive into the conversation.
Hello everyone, I'm Priscilla Achol, a third year student at Uganda Christian University doing journalism, media and communication. I'm so glad to be here today and to have some inside deep conversation with Rita on issues that concern every girl around the world. So stick around as we dive deep.
Okay, I would love to start from the point of South Sudan being a young country. It's how many years old now?
11.
That's like 11, 12 years old. So it's a young country and it's really facing a lot of what we call economical, social, and political ups and downs. So for us, we are actually going to focus on us, the ladies. So I know we are not that old or that young. We're just there actually. But I would love to say that why we chose this topic is because we feel we're in the age bracket and there are those who are really behind us that we feel we can't leave them out. We should involve them because we might have seen other things that them who are behind us, let's say those who are back in the villages, haven't seen what we have seen. So we're going to discuss this topic in length and would exhaust it, and hopefully that those who are going to watch, those who are going to share this video will also comment and share it to a lot of people. Let it go viral, let it go to other countries so that our brothers who have their children, our sisters who have their children who are young will also give it to them and watch so that they learn from it and pick something positive from it and also give us feedback on this very topic. So Priscilla, can you maybe give us a little introduction about yourself and how you actually came to Uganda Christian University?
Oh, well, like I said before, I've introduced my name. I studied in Juba. I was at Dr. John Garang Memorial National Secondary School. I was the head girl there, so I've always loved leadership. I think it's only here that I didn't try to get into leadership and at least have some position in the guild or the South Sudanese Association. But I've always been a leader, so I was a head girl there and also a mentor. We had some program called a mentorship program that was introduced by the Girls Education South Sudan. Yeah, so there I got a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to interact with influential people. I got career guidance, and I also got to meet a lot of great people. Then, when I was in my Form 4, that's when we started thinking of what my next move will be after Senior 4. So we started looking around for universities and all those stuff. So I told my mom, my sister, and some friend of mine, I want to join a good school that teaches journalism because I want to be a journalist. I'm passionate about it. So we started looking around, and then that's when Uganda Christian University came into the picture. So supposed to be Strathmore in Kenya or USIU in Kenya, but then they said UCU is a good school. Journalism, it's good there, so I think you should go. That's how I came to UCU.
Okay, you've heard from Priscilla how she has gone through that being a head girl, and then she refused completely to join the guild or even be a member, at
Class
least,
representative.
at least even what we call, how do you call it? Chairlady for South Sudanese. So you've heard from her how she came into the picture in UCU. And Priscilla, tell us a little bit about the South Sudanese girls. Like, what stage are they in education, actually?
Well, I can say like there's been a lot of, let's say, a shocking change in the country, because now at the moment we are not at the level that we used to be, where let's say in 2015, 2016, we have a lot of young girls who are graduating every year, every month, from different countries, from different, field. You see them graduating and really celebrating themselves. So I think South Sudanese girls are catching up. And the main problem is the girls who are back in the villages, those ones who haven't got the sensitization, the importance of education. They're just born, groomed at early age, not like there are a lot of things that grooming means, but a bit like brainwash, being told, you see educated girls, they're like this and like that. So education is not that important. So the only thing you have to focus on is just how to build yourself to please a man. Build yourself so that you look, acceptable in the men's eyes. You look like someone, this is going to be someone's wife. So that's the only thing they're trained to be. So I think that one is holding us back.
Sorry to cut you short, but when you talk of grooming, actually, could you please explain to our viewers? Because I'm even failing to understand, like, what is it that the girls in the villages or the people in the village think an ideal wife should be like?
Well, I think they're still holding back to those old norms. That's why our girls are today thinking like the only achievement is for you to look good in the eyes of men, for you to be someone who is an ideal wife, like you say. It's for you to be a hardworking woman. You have to work. You don't let your husband touch anything. Even if you get the chance to wipe his underpants, you do. You do. You have to cook. You have to make sure that the whole responsibility is on you. In South Sudan, men are really lazy. I'm really sorry to say it for the viewers out there. It's not in offensive way, but even you, if you go to Juba now and walk around, you'll see that men are under trees playing domino, taking tea from morning after evening, and the women are in the market selling. You see, moving around with juice, selling this, how do you call it, the duma.
And sandwich. These are the very men who come back home and they want food.
Exactly. So that thing is taught to girls in the villages. You know what? Make sure that your home is a peaceful home. How is it going to be peaceful? Don't question your husband. Provide for your kids. They're going to bring for you everyone from all the families, all the children. Take care of them. And don't complain.
Okay, it's actually distressing in that men will actually go out, sit, and it is very common by the I've seen that you're not actually lying. Men are very lazy in that you find them just seated under a tree. Some will go to work, come back home, but then goes out to the streets. They have this culture whereby people sit outside at the roads, and then I fail to understand, is it because Juba is hot? Or maybe you just admiring the cars, the different cars, because South Sudan is fond of having expensive cars. You even wonder where they're coming from. But you find people seated outside, they're just taking tea, smoking shisha, and playing these games. Honestly, it's actually very hard for the modern world to see a fellow man. Your wife is in the market in the sun. Your kids barely have anything to eat. And you're playing domino. It doesn't make sense. Abroad, you find a woman goes to work in the morning. They work in shifts with the husband. Why? Because a marriage it's collective. We have to collaborate. I bring in, you bring in. Shouldn't be one-sided. So your point is really very strong, and I want us to really exhaust it, because our girls are brainwashed automatically by parents that you're supposed to be this. Worship, worship your husband. Come on, I can't be worshiping someone who can't bring anything to the table.
Right. Exactly.
I can't worship you because you're the man of the house. The Bible even says, be submissive. But also, husbands, love your wife. You know, I am your companion. When it says that you're my companion, I'm not supposed to be below you or in front of you. I'm supposed to be beside you. That's why when they're making beds, they haven't made a bed up or higher that is for a man and then a bed down, which is for a woman. No. The bed is on the same level because all of you are on the same level. Yeah. If you think maybe you're too big, you know, to handle sleeping on the same bed with a woman, then yeah, we can worship you. But the only person we consider is above us is the Almighty God. So if you as a man, you can't do anything at home, and then you expect a woman to worship you, then I should say I am so disappointed.
You see, that's where the problem of educated girls comes in. Because now you are articulated, you know your rights, you know what your man is supposed to do and what you are supposed to do. So they say don't marry educated women. They question everything. They're so opinionated. They think they should have a say in everything. So that's why those ones there, they'll be like, you can find someone educated, someone has a master's degree, and then they'll go back home and marry a villager. They don't want to be disturbed. They want someone, they'll say, do this, and they do. Do that, and they do. I say, don't wear this, don't say this, don't go here. That's what they do. But I understand as a man, yeah, you have every right to exercise your authority. Yes, you are the head of the family, you are the man of the house. But you should also know that someone should be able to express themselves and tell you, I'm not comfortable with this thing, and you understand. Because at the end of the day, we are all human beings. And I'm not going to accept something which is not right with my soul simply because you said it.
Exactly.
Okay? So when you go back home, educate the girls. Educating me doesn't mean that I'm going to wrestle with you and take your right as a husband or fight with you and be like, oh, I want to be the head of the family. No, I want to be educated so that I can also help you as a man. You provide, I provide. Who knows, you might be fired from your work anytime, any day. But because I'm educated, I have a job, I can provide. I can provide for my family. I can provide for you.
So it's actually like you said, you know, you're a man in your own perspective, just like I'm a woman in my own perspective, right? We all have that level of, we have boundaries. As a woman and as a wife, I know I'm supposed to cook, I'm supposed to wash for you, and I'm supposed to take care of the kids. But then here comes in what we call the challenges of life. Now, as a man, knowing that I'm a human being, you're supposed to come in and help. Okay, like, sweetheart, you're back from work, I'm also back from work. We're all tired, right? Take care of this, let me take care of this. So if maybe I've washed and I've not ironed, and you're going to work or you're going somewhere else and you have a shirt to iron, pick it up and iron. It's not going to kill for you to iron it. Now, there are some men who say, I want to first take breakfast before I go to work. It is fine, but do not make so ambiguous kind of orders. You don't expect me to wake up at 4 a.m. to cook. Sweetheart, what am I cooking? You have to, you're going to eat lunch, you're going to come back and eat supper, right? Now, there's one thing that our men should consider, that even if we're educated, right, we come back home knowing that this is our tradition, okay? I am one person who values tradition so much. But they say, pick out the bad thing from tradition and make it right. Now, if you're not going to enslave me all in the names of tradition, you paid dowry, fine. You did not buy me. You can still go back to my uncles and pick your dowry. It is possible. I'm a human being. I have what? I have blood running through my veins. So you cannot just pay, let's say, 200 or 500 cows. Then you want to enslave me. No, it doesn't work that way.
That's why they don't want to marry people who are educated like you. They don't want. Because if you go to the village and you get that lady, even if you pay, let's say, 50 cows, that one is enough for you to just run around the house. Do this, do that, do this, do that. You don't care either she's exhausted mentally, either she just needs some rest. You don't even have that emotional time with her. You see, you don't create that one because you think, oh no. But me now, let's say, okay, me, I cannot say, oh, I'm educated, I'm not. But I've gone to school. I know my rights and I know what I feel okay good with me, and I know what I cannot accept. So me, I'll ask my husband, you don't have intimate time with me. You're always up and down. Why don't you make time for me? Okay, me, I'm exhausted. I don't think I'm going to do this today and that. Me, I'm not mentally what? Okay, now I'm not my mind is not functioning well to the point that I'll be able to make this decision. So please give me time. Let me do this and that. Men don't want to be questioned like that. They be like, you see, this girl is educated people. They are too much work.
It's
Leave
so
girls to educate. I know what you're doing. It's not because like, okay, those girls are good. No. And do you know that what you're doing is affecting the country? Because if you just wait for them, they turn 16, you take them. They turn 15, you take them. You are really increasing the level of illiteracy in the country. Leave us to educate, leave us to go to school and study. Some people are so passionate. There are others who are naturally gifted, by the way. You can go to the village and you see someone fixing things and you say, this person now you've taken to school. Do you know how much she can do? You see?
Now, there's a question that I always hear them asking. They say educated girls have lost self-respect. These educated girls have passed through so many men.
That's right.
So they don't have the value of becoming our wives. Now, one question is that, you see these ones in the village, they're very young. But when they come out to the life outside, they go beyond.
Exactly.
Because they do not know what the modernization holds for them. They do not know what kind of steps you're supposed to take. Now you bring in someone from the village, direct to the town or city, that certain things are done in a different way than the way she used to do them. Now this person is going to take life with a lot of speed. This is really affecting so many marriages. That's why you find they call them the lost boys, have their wives, and then things do not go well. It's because you come from UK, you come from Canada, you come from wherever you go to the village to marry. Now we're not saying it's not okay. It's fine to marry from the village. Fine, that's what your heart has chosen. Fine. But consider taking her through the steps of education. Take her and educate her. Okay, make her see the sense in education, because that's the future that our South Sudan needs. The young generation needs that education. It needs to know what it means to have seen a blackboard. Come back to the country and develop the country. We not only need to maybe stop the guns. War can end today, but if you don't have that intellectual mind, you're not emotionally, physically, you don't have mental uprightness in you, there's not going to be development in our country. So we sit here with my sister today talking about girl child. We really want to talk to the girl child outside there. Please, marriage is not everything, right? We have education. We have other skills. Even if you're in marriage right now, you have other skills that you can do as a woman to achieve certain things in life. If your husband doesn't have today, you should be able to have to provide. Don't wait everything from your man.
I can also say, I understand your frustrations with educated girls, because most of the time you find these educated women or girls, they take it out of context. Okay, they think being educated is being like you can just, look down on people. And I can understand there's some, scenarios where you marry someone who is below you educationally, and then it's you who earns a lot, and now you start mistreating them. That one, the other person is going to look and be like, you see so and so, how they're treating him, I don't want to marry. So if you are educated, my dear sister, it doesn't mean that you have to be harsh. It doesn't mean that you're above everyone. You're not better than anybody. You acquire that education, that knowledge. Use it to develop yourself, develop your family, your country. Don't use it to show off. Don't use it to look down on people. And that shouldn't be the case for you men to talk bad about educated women, because that's not the same case. There are others who takes it like they've made it in life, and there are others who takes it for their own good and to influence their families and their country. So please go to the village, send your girls to school, let them study. They have a lot of potentials. Women are good when they're educated, because you be like, I want to make my own money. When you make your own money, you now support your family. When you start supporting your family, I don't think you can have children who who have everything becoming thieves or prostitutes, you see. But because of poverty, you find a girl is not educated in the house, only the boy who is, or both are not educated. And then there's no one providing for them. You know how uncles can be. Do you think I have to take care of you every time? Why don't you guys go and hustle? It's hard for someone to generate capital from nowhere. So you'd be like, okay, let me just sell my body, or let me go and steal. But if I'm educated now and I have siblings, I can provide for them. Why would they steal if they're provided for? So please allow us to study, leave us to study. Okay, education is not bad.
Yeah.
Only a few individuals are making it bad, but it's not bad.
Exactly.
Allow us to study. Remove that notion. Education is not bad. Educated girls are not bad.
So to conclude, dear viewers, we are actually not saying that our South Sudanese men are actually not husband materials. No, you guys are husband materials. But what we're trying to say is that just because you've met one person, one girl who is educated and she's so extra, doesn't necessarily mean that we are all bad, okay?
Exactly.
Let them educate, let them finish the education. Let's say it starts from home, right? So if you find that one who is educated and she has weird manners, it is from home. But there is that one who is educated and has good values. Right. So the person who will respect you for who you are is what we are looking at. So these village girls that you go and marry, or you're planning to marry, at least take them through that education. Let the person appreciate what is within the reach, okay? Allow them go to school, allow them go through that process. They will understand. And the more one person has gone, they say a bundle starts by one. Forest starts with one, right? So as you educate one person, the other ones will take up and continue. So to the men out there, to the fathers out there and uncles, please do not take opportunity of someone being uneducated. It is in your responsibility to take them for education. And for other ladies who are also educated out there, I'm not so educated, fine. But my level of education allows me to realize that this is a man, I have to respect him for being a man.
Yeah.
This is a girl, I have to give her that opportunity. She might have maybe been impregnated, or she has been for early marriage, but she's back home, she has that ability, or she has that sense of going back to school. Give them that opportunity. Okay, Uganda is good in education. It started just like that, and I know South Sudan is not far from it. Education system may be down right now, but if we put hands together as South Sudanese, no matter which tribe you're from or how educative you are, please put your hands together and we take this country to next level. Educationally, intellectually, it is not all about these lifestyles of living anyhow life in South Sudan. Let's make it a country of sense. If leaders have failed at some point, let us do what the leaders have failed to do. So thank you so much. I'll wait for your replies, whoever wants to contact. I have my contacts there. I have my email. Please feel free to subscribe, like and share with your friends, because this is a sensitive topic, and we'll still revisit it because it's just the first time we're doing this. We may not be, we might have not touched every area, but we are actually going to put this a main thing for us. We're going to fight for it, for the girl child, because we are advocating for the girl child. So thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for hosting me. Bye.